back to Unity, collapse everything. We're going to jump up here to HandleInner. We have actually two HandleInners. In the Hexagon class, I call this DoInner instead. I don't know why I did that, but it makes things clearer. So I guess that's why. So I'm going to have a private void adjust inner nugget index. Float norm x, float norm y, float norm z, reference int nugget index. And same conditions as before. Shoo. Jeez. I hate typing repetitive code. Okay. Same thing as before. I've already done this like 1,000 times. Oh. Alrighty, there's that. Our HandleInner will still be our HandleInner, but we're going to get rid of all of this. Wait a minute, is that the right HandleInner? No, that's the wrong HandleInner. That's the one we're going to drive public. Turn public. I'm going to move it up here so there's no further confusion. And now I am going to, or we are going to, rewrite this. If nugget, well, we can copy and paste this part. Just grab one of our HandleInners, it doesn't matter which one. Just paste it up here above everything. But right there, yeah. Hold on. Let's rename these. Had to undo out of that. All right, now grab this. Paste it up here. Grab these. Replace that. Change these to waiting. Go up to our method and call our new stuff. Inner, our nugget index, our picked column, our picked Y, our picked row. Now let's go over to common and comment it out. Anything I got wrong there? No. Let's test. We're going to erase and set materials this time and identify. Go up here. Go to erase. Oh, what? Oh, well, I didn't do the... I did it again. Okay. Hold on. Inside of HandleInner, we needed to reset our positions. We're using the new method. So once again, just copy and paste that code, that vertice, that vector. Copy it or cut it, set preview, paste it. And we'll see if Unity is going to make us restart. And it's not. Look at that. So if you are messing around and you want to kind of play with this a little bit in a Minecraft style, you're going to need to change your character settings to have a 0.45 radius. It should be at 0.5 right now. Knock it down to 0.45 and knock your height down to 1.75. That will let you move around. And you're going to notice a flash in a few seconds. See in Minecraft also. And that tells, but ours is not correct yet. Now if I go over here and just do, I don't know, just one of these. Now if I go back, it'll be corrected. What just happened was, you can actually see the seam in between chunks. What just happened was, our main chunk is not telling the chunks around it that we need to, that you need to update. So since we're culling those faces, they're still culled because we're not telling the other chunk we need to update. So we'll take care of that in just a second. Let's check the rest of it. My characters. I don't know. My character's light is not, I don't think, bright enough. Let's go to, I keep sending this at runtime, and I know it's not going to stay, but I forget. And let's set our material to black. And we want to change the material, change it to material mode. There we go. Set it to white. There we go. Okay. Cool. Let's do identify now. Have I set my, I have not set these yet. So before we do identify, let's drag our canvas items down here. And drag them down. Okay, yeah, it was looking strange there. Making sure I didn't have a label. I named them like this, but still sometimes grab the wrong one. Okay, so back up here. Identify. Boom, 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 boom. And we're on another chunk, which is what we wanted. And we're good to go. Alrighty, let's get over to update my neighbor. Won't you be my neighbor? Okay. So I'm going to put this right below get nugget neighbor. Nugget neighbor. This is a new word. Nugget. You got to learn it. You got to use it now. think I'm going to have to do this one from the hip, because I don't seem to have copied it down, which is fine. This one's easy. I am going to update my neighbors, and I want your chunk column. I want the chunk column that you want to update. Chunk row, and that's it. I am going to wrap this in a try catch. Debug.log error ex.message int chunk index get cr index chunk column chunk row chunk span chunk. Sounds like Marsha. Okay, and I'm simply going to put you into a state of waiting. Now, let's jump over here. Need to do some evaluation, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these inners. I only need this right now for preview mode. For race mode. So that'll be fine. Let's see here. I'll put it right under get neighbors again. In update neighbors, I want the nuggets column in the nuggets row. So if the column is equal to 0, or no, well, just if the column is equal to 0, I want to update my neighbors, and in my column is greater than 0. So my nugget is on my 0 column, and my chunks column is greater than my 0 column. So just like before, that's the one I want to update. If my row is equal to 0 and my chunks row is greater than 0, total laziness. If my column plus 1 is less than is equal to my nugget count, and my column plus 1 is less than my lab2 common.chunk span, and if my row plus 1 is equal to my nugget count, and my my row plus 1 is less than there is another chunk out there, and we're just going to go up here and call it from our inner. Now we will need to do this on material and other places later on, but right now we just need it on erase column and row. And now when we go back to Unity and we erase, there we go. Alrighty. You saw a little flash there. We'll be getting rid of that with the graphics draw mesh, because it will continue to draw the previous mesh. I mean, you won't be able to get rid of it all the time because Minecraft hasn't either. But there's nothing there yet. They have to evaluate. But you will find that it happens much less when you do a test release, which we're going to do a test release after we do generate. And I'll update our debug panel with a whole bunch of stuff over here. And that is it for right now. This with the generate, we're going to be able to test, see how far we can push this, see how far we can push this on the release. And with that, you can really start coming up with some good ideas for games. You don't have to go to an infinite world, although this is a starting point for an infinite world. Our chunk column and chunk row is based on the comment. So that's a little hint towards pooling. If I have another comment over here, another comment up there, another comment up there, they're all going to have a chunk column row of chunk row and column row of 0. So, well, I'm about to start rambling. So, I will see you in the next tutorial. If you like this, if you got something out of this, like and subscribe. And put something in the comments if you have any questions. I think I'm very responsive to my one subscriber. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.